Almost everyone knows the name Kim Kardashian, but not necessarily for the best reasons. We have scoured the internet to find what people's most common complaints against the most famous Kardashian are. I'm Adam Andrews with Where Are They Now, and this is the top 10 reasons that Kim Kardashian is hated in Hollywood. Coming in at number 10, it's how she became famous. Most of the Kardashians' younger fans only know of them because of their hit reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Or maybe even because they are just some of the most famous people on the planet, and you can't really exist in this world without seeing or hearing about them somewhere. The rest of their fans know them individually from their entrepreneurial endeavors, but for the majority of people who are old enough, we know the real reason that the Kardashians became famous. It was from Kim's famous tape. The accidental leak of this tape skyrocketed Kim to stardom, and a lot of people resent the fact that that is what led to the rest of the whole family's success. Kim went from being Paris Hilton's personal assistant to getting her own reality show, and a lot of people credit the leaked tape for that. But coming in at number 9, it's also famous for being famous. Although Kim is famous for really no really great reason, she has turned her fame into more fame, which is actually kind of impressive when you think about it. It's not really a good reason to be famous, but I think the whole Kardashian-Jenner clan have a skill for creating their own fame. Specifically Kim, but I also think it has a lot to do with the matriarch of the whole clan, Kris. It's also worth noting how impressive it is that Kim and Kris also turned that fame into a multi-million-dollar empire. In the beginning, after she had become famous for the leaked tape, Kim was making most of her money from her reality show and personal appearances. As time went on though, some of her money started to trickle in from product endorsements as well, and then eventually Kim created her own clothing line and fragrances, which definitely helped her entire net worth. Kim is worth $85 million just on her own, and it's all from having some arguably bad publicity and being undeniably good looking. Number 8. Unrealistic standards. On the topic of being undeniably good looking, that also kind of comes with its own negative aspect as well. That being that a lot of the Kardashians don't look how they naturally were born to be thanks to cosmetic surgeries. Most of us have seen the before and after pictures of Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, Kylie, and Kris. On a surface level, there's nothing wrong with using your money however you want to make yourself look how you want to look, but a lot of people feel that her and her sisters contribute to unrealistic body expectations with their alleged plastic surgery. Being as famous and iconic as they are as celebrities, many younger generations grow up idolizing the Kardashians and wanting to look like them. And since it was impossible for even them to naturally look like them, many young women are left feeling inadequate as the Kardashians are essentially promoted as our beauty standards today. A 2018 study of the American Society for Plastic Surgeons found that butt-enhancing procedures had increased by 256% since the year 2000. And in the UK, inquiries into lip augmentation jumped 70% in 24 hours after the Keeping Up with the Kardashian episode where Kylie finally admitted to having a lip-filling surgery, while the American Society for Plastic Surgeons reported a double-digit increase in lip procedures performed in 2016, the year after Jenner said she got her filler. That was just once Kylie finally admitted. It does not help that the Kardashians have tried to deny that they received cosmetic enhancements in the first place. Number 7. Mirror selfie. In March 2016, Kim Kardashian broke the internet for the upteenth time when she took to Instagram with a fully nude mirror selfie post. Like most things Kardashian does, the photo prompted reactions of all kinds and many from other female celebrities. Chloe Grace Moretz took to the internet with her thoughts when the viral post dropped. She tweeted to Kim herself, quote, "I truly hope you realize how important setting goals are for young women, teaching them we have so much more to offer than our bodies." Which resulted in some rather ruthless clapbacks from Kim herself. But Khloe wasn't alone. The pic also gathered the attention of the talk host Sharon Osbourne. She told The Telegraph, quote, "Kim says she's doing everything in the name of feminism, but that's not feminism. Those girls live off their bodies. Half of LA has been through them, and everything they do from sex tape to the plastic see-through dresses and the gym wear is about sex, not female progress." There was also a brief battle between Kim and Betty Midler, which egged on a comment from the singer Pink that read, quote, "Shout out to all the women across the world using their brains, their strength, their work ethic, their talent, their magic that they were born with that only they possess. It may not ever bring you as much attention or banknotes as using your body, your sex, but women like you don't need that kind of attention anyways." And coming in at number 6, it's Kris Humphries. In 2011, Kim Kardashian married NBA player Kris Humphries in an ultra-lavish $10 million wedding. The ceremony was televised as a 4-hour fairy tale event with over 4 million viewers tuning in, and Kim pocketed a cool $2 million for that. Then, after just 72 days, she called it quits, citing irreconcilable differences. For Kardashian haters, spending $10 million on a wedding that resulted in a marriage that lasted less than 3 months only showcases how incredibly frivolous and immature Kim Kardashian can be. Many thought that this marriage was merely a publicity stunt and there was no actual love involved because of how short it was. Although Kim denied that, Kris eventually started to believe that he had been used as a pawn in the stunt. Kris even took Kim to court, alluding to the fact that she made money off of their marriage through endorsements. Eventually, this all settled down, but many still think this was all a PR stunt, including Kris Humphries himself. Number 5. Model status. The Kardashian-Jenners have all gotten themselves involved in fashion, taking on modeling careers of their own, which have been built mainly upon their fame, which, as we already covered, wasn't earned for the greatest of reasons. Among others in the modeling community who have built their careers from nothing to success, Kim and her clan are not really well respected, especially because of the advantages they somewhat unfairly possess. As an example, supermodel Janice Dickinson took issue with Kardashian and Kanye West's 2014 Vogue cover. In 2016, she told the Tomorrow Show that Kardashian's Vogue cover made her, quote, "want to vomit," and made a point to say that, quote, "they're not models, they're reality TV stars." Model Naomi Campbell also weighed in on the Vogue cover, appearing on the Morning Show in 2014, where she was asked about her thoughts. Campbell seemed very hesitant to give an honest answer at first, initially saying, "I do not want to comment," with a kind of like sly smile. But when asked why, Campbell said, quote, "I'm a fashion model and I've been working for 28 years. When you get a Vogue cover, it's a build in your career. It's a stepping stone to achieve that," suggesting that she doesn't believe Kardashian earned her spot on that cover, which from a model's perspective, that's kind of fair to say. Number 4. Taylor Swift. Many may know that Kim is no stranger to drama, but you know who else ain't a stranger to drama? Taylor Swift. And the Swift fans are pretty unforgiving. Kardashian's feud with Taylor Swift is extensive. The details behind her beef date back to the infamous 2009 VMA acceptance speech when Kanye stormed Taylor's stage. That came to an even bitter head in 2016 when West dropped his song Famous, in which he refers to Taylor Swift as that bitch. Apparently, West wrote in a since deleted tweet that Swift had permitted him to include the lyrics in his song, which was backed up by Kim in July 2016 when she posted a video clip of a call West made to Taylor Swift in which Taylor seems to approve the lyrics. Now, Swift's publicist then told ET that Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyric, quote, "I made that bitch famous," end quote. Swift and Kardashian seemed to stay in their separate corners for pretty much years until the full unedited video of the phone call we just talked about was leaked in 2020. In that video, West does not tell Swift about the infamous lyric word for word. Swift responded on her Instagram story by saying she was, quote, "telling the truth," and apparently she was. Kardashian retorted on Twitter claiming at the time when they spoke the song had not been fully written yet, adding, quote, "the lie was never about the word, it was always whether there was a call or not and the tone of the conversation." And honestly, I think this is just another instance of Kim not really getting the point. Number 3. A lavish life. One of the many reasons that people have a problem with Kim is basically because of her lavish lifestyle. Just taking a look at her Instagram or Twitter or any media outlet that covers Kim, one can take a peek into her luxurious life. Riding in the backs of limos, walking down red carpets, and being invited to exclusive events like the Met Gala, it's all part of an average day for the Kardashian-Jenner clan. Everything about Kim Kardashian is lavish and over the top, and while some say this makes her an icon, which it realistically does, others resent this behavior completely. When someone flaunts their wealth, it doesn't really come across that great to a lot of people. It's also something that makes Kim and her family completely unrelatable, and if you've watched their show, then you know that a lot of the times, Kim and her family can seem extremely out of touch with reality. I do think that this point comes out negatively though. For example, it's part of the reason Kim was robbed in Paris back in 2016, and people almost acted like she deserved it, which is a little messed up. Coming in at number 2, Bad Mama. Most people know Kim as a fashion icon, a businesswoman, a reality TV star, or even just that girl who was in the leaked video. But then she welcomed her first child, Northwest, and people were able to see another side of Kim, a more human side. Fans have been able to follow Kim's journey through motherhood and have been able to watch North grow up through social media and watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Now, North often is seen on Kim's Instagram wearing adorable clothes or playing with her equally as fabulous cousins and other siblings. And on top of that, Kim was humanized even more when she openly shared her struggles in getting pregnant, a struggle that is shared by so many other women. So for many, even those who didn't like Kim, her sharing that personal struggle gained her some love. While there are quite a few positives to draw from Kim becoming a mother, it seems that a lot of people also found big parts of it as something to criticize. People think that Kim uses her motherhood and her kids to build up more fame, flaunting kids like accessories. Instead of shielding her kids from paparazzi, Kim Kardashian seems to flaunt them around in expensive designer clothes. Apparently, North rarely wears the same thing twice, and almost all of her clothes are custom made and one of a kind. That's just rich people living rich, but it's the dragging her kids out in front of cameras to places where kids shouldn't even be, that's where people kind of find a reason to hate on Kim for this one. And finally, in at number 1, cultural appropriation. Kim is no stranger to accusations of cultural appropriation. From when she attended Kanye's Coachella Sunday service wearing what looked like a traditional Indian mang tika, or when she was sporting Fulani braids and renaming them Bo Derek braids after another white woman, or the multiple times she's been called out for wearing blackface by wearing skin darkening makeup. The accusations of cultural appropriation are many. Kim, whose father was a third-generation Armenian American and who has Dutch, English, Irish, and Scottish ancestry on her mom's side, has staunchly denied doing blackface after she was accused of doing so for a 2017 KKW beauty campaign. And in other instances, she doesn't seem to be too bothered by the claims of cultural appropriation at all. When Kim released her new shapewear line, it was initially going to be called Kimono, until she was forced to change it to Skims when a huge number of people online begged and petitioned her to do so, including the mayor of Kyoto, who wrote an open letter suggesting she should rebrand to a different name. Wanda Thompson, the journalist who coined the term blackfishing when talking about Kim specifically, said, quote, "The Kardashians have been called out for cultural appropriation for a decade plus now, and it's no secret that they've adopted many styles that black women or black culture have created and made them more palatable. Now people think they're copying the Kardashian Jenners when they dress or do their hair or tan their skin a certain way." That's the list! Have any of your own thoughts you'd like to add? Well, be sure to let us know down in the comments below. In the meantime though, I'm Adam Andrews, this is Where Are They Now, and I'll catch you all on the flippy flop.